I remember years ago seeing an issue of Popular Mechanics where this guy had built an RV out of a helicopter. It was, I believe, Sikorsky S-55 or something like that. And it was the coolest thing in the world. I mean, who wouldn't want that? And this thing it's a huge helicopter. And inside he gutted it and turned everything into an RV. He had beds in it and a kitchen and a toilet and the whole works. He even had it come with on floats so you could land it on a lake. And wouldn't that be the coolest thing in the world? Take your helicopter, fly out into the woods, go camping, land on some lake, go fishing. Coolest thing ever. And I've always wanted one. Problem is, I don't have a helicopter to convert into an RV. Plus, I don't know how to fly a helicopter yet. So then I thought, well, maybe I'll go the other way. Maybe I'll turn an airplane into an RV instead of vice versa. But the more I looked into it, it's already been done. Jimmy from Jimmy's World did one out of Elvis's Learjet, I think, which is cool. Another guy made one out of a DC-3 fuselage, and that was really cool. But then the more I thought about it, not only has it been done, you're still stuck with an RV. It's basically just a regular RV that just looks like an airplane. Cool, but you can't fly it. It's slow. It doesn't go fast. So that leads me, well, maybe I'll go the other way. Maybe I'll turn an airplane, an RV into an airplane. And then I started thinking about it, and that's kind of tough. RVs are heavy. I'm not an aerospace engineer. That would be kind of tough to do. And the more I researched that, turns out that's already been done too. Sort of. They made a Winnebago into a spaceship in the movie Spaceballs, which was awesome. And who would want to have that? I would love to have a spaceship RV. But of course, like I said, I'm not an aerospace engineer. But if I did have one, then that would make me Lone Star. And of course, that would make Connor barf. So getting back to reality, let's keep it simple. Let's convert an airplane into an RV. So I looked around the hangar here and, well, what do we got? We got a 182, my jump plane here. And that wouldn't be too bad. It's already got seats out. It's got this great big door, padding on the floor. You can easily put a bed in here. Actually, I've done that. Well, not really put a bed in there, but I've slept in jump planes many times over the years, and it's actually pretty comfortable. They got padded floors. And so I could do that. It's an airplane you can sleep in. Awesome. But it's technically not an RV. I mean, just throwing a bed in an airplane doesn't really make it an RV. And then it hit me. The solution has been staring me in the face all along. My Queen Air. The Queen Air would be perfect. It's huge. It's legal for 9 passengers. It flies. It's in-annual. It goes fast. It goes 190 knots, and it only burns all the gas in the world to do that. But there's plenty of room in here. I could totally turn this into an RV. And I was planning on taking it to Oshkosh this year anyway, and airplane camping. And what happens at Oshkosh, if you've ever been to Oshkosh, it rains every single year. And it doesn't usually rain. There's usually a big storm. And how nice would it be to be tucked inside a nice big aluminum airplane 6 feet off the ground when the storm comes through, rather than in a flimsy little nylon tent. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the Queen Air into an RV. All right. Well, first things first, I got to take the seats out, which isn't nearly as hard as putting them in, so that shouldn't be the end of the world. Actually, the plane will fly just a little bit faster without all this weight in it. Of course, I'm putting just as much weight back in. Oh well. I do think I'm going to leave one seat in there think I'm going to turn this last seat around into club configuration. Now, a lot of you guys probably wondering why I didn't have all the seats set up in club configuration in the first place. And I found that my passengers like it the other way for a couple of reasons. Number one, when they're in club configuration, the front two seats don't recline, so you can't lay them up. People can't sleep, they can't relax. They're kind of knee to knee with the other people. There's plenty of leg room, but they kind of like their own space. And most of them want to see what's going on up front. They want to watch me fly the airplane. And so they're always having to turn their head around and watch what's going on. And they just kind of liked it back the other way. You know, my friends don't usually play cards and stuff like that when we're flying. Usually they get on their phones or their iPads and watch a movie or something, and they can talk. So I had it in club configurations for a couple trips, and I've turned it around. But I'm going to leave one seat in here because what is one thing an RV has? Seats. And every time I want to sit down and do anything, climbing up into the cockpit, the flight deck there, to sit down isn't really convenient. And with the amount of room I have so far in here, plenty of room for a bed, so I can have one chair turned around back behind the pilot seat. That's probably what I'm going to do. All right, step one complete. Got 3 of the seats out. Plenty of room here for a bed and other stuff. I can bring all the camping gear I want. Have a screen tent outside, barbecue grill, all that good stuff. But plenty of room for a bed in here. What else do RVs have? Well, they have cool lights. You got to have some lights in here. And I think I've got some... Ow. Battery-powered twinkly lights. I'd hook something up into the ship's battery, but I don't want to use the ship's battery while I'm on the ground because running stuff on the battery would drain the battery, and that would be really inconvenient when it came time to go. So let's see if I can get everything in here either running on batteries, or maybe I'll even have a big 12-volt battery in the back and hook an inverter up to it. And solar panels? Ooh, solar panels would be cool. I don't know. Just thinking of things. So now I'm trying to rig the lights up in the plane. And the interior of my plane is this kind of crushed velour kind of stuff. And down here it's leather byproduct. And I don't want to use any adhesive. I don't like putting tape on my interior, and I don't want to put Velcro. That probably wouldn't stick, and I don't want to mess this up anyway. So I'm going to try using good old-fashioned stick pins and kind of jam into the window frames. So I got this box of stick pins from my wife's sewing kit. What are the odds that I spill the box of stick pins and spread them out, spill them all over the floor? 100%. Okay, well, the lights are done, and I think they turned out amazing. That is really cool. I am very happy with that. Now it's time for some furnishings. And my first thought for a bed is an air mattress, a blow-up bed. And I think I've just happened to have one from who knows when. I normally have a big queen-size one when we're going someplace we actually need it, but this might work just perfect. Looks like it'll fit in here perfect. Let's blow it up and see what we got. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah. It's super comfortable. Perfect. I love it. I thought the dip in the middle would be more pronounced where the walkway is, but it's not. It's not too bad. Thinking I could maybe put some foam insulation to fill up the walkway, but I don't think that's necessary. But looking at it, the more I'm thinking about it, yeah, when you're flying, you could store it like that. That's not bad. And if I'm going to be traveling with my wife, Kathy, I'd probably want something that's a little bit wider. I mean, we're close, but that's pretty close. But for just me, this will work just fine, or I do have another idea. Now, my other big idea is a cot. A cot would be kind of cool because then I could leave it up. I'd have to deal with it. Plus, if I'm someplace I don't have power for the pump, the cot would work pretty good. See if I can figure out how to put it together. They're not terribly complicated, but I'm not going to read the directions. I have my pride. I'm a dad, you know. All right, that seems to have made it pretty level. Oh, I like this. Got my little nightstand there. A couple pillows, some blankets. Oh yeah. I definitely could sleep in this. This is perfect. You can sit up. You got room for stuff under here for storage. This is definitely coming along. All right, well, now that I've got the cot set up, which looks like it's gonna work great. I've got a lot of storage room underneath it, and it's plenty long for me. I'm only 5'9", so that'll work great. I do want it a little more comfortable, so I'm gonna put on an air mattress on top of it, and I'm gonna break out my trusty old Big Agnes air mattress. I've been using these air mattresses for a real long time. They're phenomenal. They work really great when you're camping, especially if you're on uneven or possibly rocky ground, because it's a big 3-inch thick air mattress and really absorbs the stones and unevenness and makes it just like sleeping in your bed. So, and they're super fast and easy to blow up. It shouldn't take me much time at all.
15 minutes later.
Okay, that only took forever, but hopefully I only have to do that once a trip. There we have it, my nice cushy bed. I'll put some a sheet and a blanket on that thing, couple pillows, and I'll be all set. Okay, well, the next step in converting the plane to an RV is to get a little ventilation in here, because I tell you, even just working in here in an air-conditioned hangar, it's a little stuffy, and I don't like stuffy when I'm sleeping. I like it to be nice and cool, so I've got to do something about that. Now, the Queen Air has these 2 side windows that actually you can open in flight, but also leave open when you're camping. But there are mosquitoes in Wisconsin in the summertime, so I can't just leave them open, so I need to put screens in there somehow. And I came up with this idea. I'm gonna make a frame, a little frame out of some poster board, and stick it in here, and hopefully that'll allow me to keep the windows open. I've made a little template here that I'm gonna use to cut out the poster board, and we'll see if that works. All right, there you go. Okay, here we go. I think this turned out pretty darn good. Let's see if it fits. If I can get it in there. Oh yeah. Look at that. Seals around the edge is really nice. Oh, that's gonna work out great. I'll only swelter in the nighttime sleeping in the Queen Air instead of boiling. So, cool. I just got to make another one. Turning my Queen Air into a flying RV kind of sounded like a crazy idea at first, but I think it turned out amazing. Didn't take a whole lot of time, just took the seats out, most of the seats, put in some amenities, and voila, a flying RV. It's got everything you need. Entertainment, yep, got a TV and a coffee maker. I've got those powered by two sealed 12-volt batteries with an inverter hooked together in series. Got a plant for aesthetics. Got a bed, lounge chair, lights, the works. This thing is amazing. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And I can't wait to use it. I mean, how nice is this going to be if you're flying cross country, get kind of tired. You don't have to stop at some airport, grab the crew car, try to find a late night Uber and go into town and get a hotel room. You can just camp on the ramp. And if you're airplane camping and it's raining when you get there, you don't have to go try to set a tent up in the rain. Just stop the plane. You don't even have to get out. Just turn on TV, watch a movie, and relax. Yep, pretty happy. Now, it doesn't have everything that an RV has. It doesn't have a bathroom. I mean, it does have a relief tube, but that's only for use in flight. Very handy, by the way. You can drink all the coffee you want while you're flying. But when you're on the ground, you're going to have to use outside facilities of some sort. I don't have a kitchen, although I can cook in here. Like I said, I've got my coffee machine. I can cook with my jet boil. I do have a propane grill. I'd probably use that outside. I do have a screen tent that I'll have, a couple of lawn chairs and a cooler and everything. I'm going to borrow my buddy's air conditioner, one of those cooler air conditioners you can put ice in. I'm going to be using that at Oshkosh, which is my first trip in the Queen Air. As far as I know, still a month away. I might do something else with it. But yeah, this is pretty sweet, I got to admit. I'm going to use this a lot, definitely. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be going to Oshkosh. If you're at Oshkosh, stop by and say hi. The plane's going to be in the vintage airplane camping area. It's kind of by the Stoll Field, the ultralight field, so come check it out. During the day, I'm going to be in Building C, selling signed copies of my books, Ferry Pilot and Dangerous Flights. Stop by and grab yourself a copy. And yeah, Oshkosh is right around the corner, so I'm pretty excited. All right, well, that's all I've got for now. I do have a couple of more modifications I'm going to be doing to the old girl here. You're going to have to stay tuned and see what those are. But for now, she's 90% done. A cool flying RV. I love it. Anyway, as always, don't forget to keep your speed up.